We got that weird comp where it's solo Vanguard with the triple shred at his backline.
Yeah, I think it's full commitment, buddy. Yeah, I'm with you. I mean, they want, I think, potentially to build up the
YWL is running
3
DPS, 2 supports. That's crazy.
Kind of a crazy start, like you're mentioning. Yeah, I think the job is to enable this dive early as Luka jumps in, tries to start this fight. He's going to drop back and reset.
Yeah, they've loved the Bucky, I think, compared to most teams, rather. So it is that triple duelist line. Kind of something we would see in other sort of metas. But no, again, you talked about Doomed already. He just change the pace up.
YWL's getting rolled.
Any time because they don't have any Vanguards to help sort of soften that blow.
It's going to be tricky to run this kind of comp into a Luna backline where Luna's going to be applying a lot of that damage. You don't have a ton of burst. Obviously, a lot of slow-paced AoE, large amounts of healing, but not a ton of burst healing.
Wow,
there from the
STD
pool.
came out strong,
obviously,
bro.
Fox will be good into some of the dive, but right now, Stick Drift is keeping a little longer range outside of the Black Cat. That's going to be matched on both sides, Regis and Mask. We start off the next fight here. Iffy on the high side gets pulled in, fighting more time as a reset again, prepping with 20% off.
Yeah, they kind of just need to run past these Vanguards, find those duels.
No,
again,
never mind. YWL walked back into them and deleted them.
About as over as fast as it started, Shib. That was so quick. We lost. They turned it on them instantly.
Yeah,
you have
I was passing it off to you, buddy. By that time, everybody was gone. It was
Black Cat and Daredevil.
Jitward finds 3 in that fight. Zaytek's going to press forward also already here for Kendrick. And that is the beauty of the strat pool. So we're going to initiate early on with that ultimate now, walk forward and use this AoE healing to keep everyone healthy and just snowball into that front line, forcing them back into the spawn door.
Yeah, sent back for now, but good disengage so far for Stick Drift. And it is a bit of a back and forth considering how other fights went. There is somebody trying to back cap, but at least sending him back towards that point. Hook doesn't come out from Zaytek's in that fight, but ultimate's available. Combinations not necessarily there, but Luka close to that ultimate, has to try to live. Everybody coming back to peel for him. Nobody gone just yet, and on those YWL sides, it's kind of surprising they'll lose Jitward before the fight even begins.
And Doom's able to find Mask there up in the sky with a Kraken bang. Goodbye, Silent Blaze. He finds one out of Kendrick as Zaytek now heads back towards point. Trying to stall here for the moment as it's about 75% capped. Still playing a little bit slow. Still got 4 up here for we lost in Psyche. Lied down to 2. Goodbye. Still maintaining presence though. 63% and moving up as the cap comes through from Stick Drift.
Yeah, that was a little cute. The fact that Zaytek's got the KO on a Silent Blaze coming out of that.
My favorite thing about this so far is that both teams are going back and forth.
Pretty well. Like
it's not
right in that previous fight, getting ultimates out, not really going down early, just dealing with Jitward sort of dive, and now playing it slower. So earlier before they tried to just kind of walk past everybody. Now you can't really do that due to the fact that they just have so much damage with this Bucky front line. Early engage for Mask though onto the back line.
No, but I can.
And Mask dives in, Kendrick and Jitward. Jitward finds 2 now. These retakes that are coming in here from we lost are instantaneous. It's like they come back from a fight and everyone gets KO'd. As Stick Drift heads right back to the door once more, but they didn't commit a lot of ults. I feel like there could have been a little more commitment on those Qs to try to buy more time.
In these fights, the target focus, and you can see the emphasis on Daredevil so far, and Mask already finds Doom before the fight begins again because of the wall hacks, because of
I just came back and YWL is spawn camping the other team.
Stick Drift back towards the spawn, and it's the coveted we lost spawn camp kind of coming out. However, they do get traded, but is it enough to get back towards that point as there's so much ults coming through this choke on the side of we lost?
And now goes the test now. 5 more time for the AoE. His Tones finds Mask. Numbers up by 1 here for Stick Drifter, heading back to the point. 98%. The touch is there, though, as Tones makes that work out. Bubble Shield to head them towards the Venom. The only Vanguard on the field here for we lost at the current moment. Doom finding Kendrick now. And back goes Luka, still holding on to the Feast of the Abyss. Zaytek goes down with a Kraken impact. It doesn't matter, though, because we lost are ready to reset, come back with the Q fight, and walk right through them. But there's the dance floor to match.
And because of the focus on the strat line, it kind of makes Logan have to play that Luna Snow alongside the Jeff. Maybe you would think he could go in Invis or something, but the Luna has its own value for supporting Regis as well as Doomed on these dives. And for we lost, their kind of point is just to set up Mask, it feels like so far, but can they shut Mask down early? Regis onto the Daredevil can see these flanks now, but it's on him to kind of match those and tell his team where that Black Cat is, because she's been so deadly in the middle of these fights, as well as Luka is with his dives and that Feast of the Abyss coming up.
Mochi cake that Emily apparently
made.
Citrus
just got to lock in on when they want to use this dance sort of stall. Zaytek finds Doomed again early on, and this is where it gets more crucial. Portal play might have to come through here from Doomed. Silent Blaze staying in the back line, trying to find the dive that is coming in from Mask. Kendrick going to start off with ultimate. Luka as well with a feast. Lands on a few to buy more time again. get that overhealth. Battling on point now. We might see a crack and impact in just a moment from Zaytex. It's all about if they want to commit. Tones goes off map. Doomed able to find Mask. That's going to even the numbers again if he starts off for the rampage from the dinosaur. And there's that dance floor from Logan. Silent Blaze still holding on to the eat here. Could be big, depending, but Zaytex is ready to match.
Yeah, it's all on Zaytex versus Silent Blaze. Like you mentioned, Doomed has the ultimate mid fight. Here he goes, Zaytex. Oh, actually doesn't get it off because the strategist is so far away.
That
so
actually sucks.
Excellent positioning by the backline. Logan dodging that hook too. Happy holidays on the opposite side from Doomed. Finds Luca.
I felt that,
so
bro. I felt that.
Have the edge. Overtime ticks down. Portal has to come through with masks as well. So no Black Cat extra damage going to be here. But okay, finds Tones in the matchup. Doomed finds Xantho though, so it's still Doomed. You talked about this guy. He's been huge for Stick Drift so far. Goes the Blaster Barrage towards his front line and dodges all of that damage for Logan to find Zaytex. That's even more damage removed for YWL as they rely on Jitward's ultimate without any supporting strategist to help him.
Stick Drift is locking in right now, and that is it. Really well played here by Stick Drift to stay calm and collected after heavily being down in percentage and pull out the W here on map 1.
Yeah, excellent work from Stick Drift, and this could be a good match number 1, like you said, between two teams that have been playing each other. Yeah, for such a long time, but yeah, we lost. Always kind of had their number. However, in that fight, I loved how Logan and Silent Blaze played that. They played so far back in basically Narnia, just out of the fight because they know we lost the entire game plan. Is full dive on them, set up that sort of flank. But even if it takes forever, that was like kind of the game plan. It was a very, very telegraphed one. And the only way for YWL to set it up and change up their playstyle and get the win there was to go after somebody else.
Why are you talking about STDs, Jay? Because apparently STDs always come out on top, bro.
From back of the map. Same thing with that Luna Snow. So excellent positioning from Logan and Silent Blaze, resulting in Stick Drift win there.
Sometimes you think that STDs are not going to show up or win. They end up winning.
Yeah, I'm with you.
They
I
end up
like the
sneaking up on you, bro.
too. I mean, Vanpool is just super survivable. You have a ton of movement and a ton of overhealth potential. So the idea is if you just kind of have to play your own game, look at the back line, separate, allow your front line to look right at the dinosaur, that works out. Let the dinosaur stay in, help peel something like the Venom here. And then once your team cleans up the Venom, forces out cooldowns, you walk in together. And it's looked really good there on the retake. Struggled at first, though, as we start up our first fight.
Jay, my butthole burns.
Okay, hold on, give me a second. Let me look up WebMD. For the aggressive dive. Luca's trying to come through, set up on it. Logan and the backline, nothing to counter it. But Redis is the one to find the KO on his Zaytex earlier on, as this is an absolute.
It says it gives you 2 more weeks to live.
Just insane amount of
I don't know, WebMD,
on the
bro.
screen because of both Daredevils. It's Jitward.
Says you have 19 different types of cancer.
Mask running the storied Thor there with the switch coming in hot, finds some success in the first fight, 5% now and moving forward. Kendrick staying on this strap pool here still is the case, using that for the snowball comp they love to run so much, such a brawl design. They just want to stay as a unit, walk in and deal damage at the same time. The same targets. Mask now up in the sky, got a thunder, bang, comes down, finds Logan. Tones
I can't believe we're seeing a
right
Thor in the tournament now. Oh, yeah.
Jitward on his Silent Blades and Tones. Now back to Xantho. Again the trade as Zaytex drops Doomed and Jitward takes out Iffy. How does we lost come out of this once more as they clean up the rest?
I mean, it's the only problem with like Devil Dino, I guess, just being so slow in that fight. Had the ultimate, however, or coming back into it. You also commit Tones' ult on the backside. Jitward
this is such a messy game.
Has to just
yeah, but I think YWL wants it to be messy because they thrive with they thrive with chaos.
Try to come back into it with the White Fox ultimate actually committed kind of early. But now you have Doom in the sky, who has been beautiful so far, and that's Star-Lord.
Yeah, just cleaning up the Fox there. The Gummy Hole Unleashed is dropped. Mask goes very low, able to drop back towards the strat line and stay healthy. Well done and great call there. And just understanding HP limits. The dive is continued.
That's what I'm
from
saying.
Luca, who's going to stay
so
healthy.
As a relatively new Jay3 fan, why does everyone say he's bald?
Do we see a KO reset? We do
Yo,
not.
mods,
great movement.
Can you VIP that guy or mod him himself? Thank you. Appreciate you,
Drop Zaytex.
Yeah, this has been a masterclass out of Logan so far, honestly, even though they're down now 72% of the board. That was excellent positioning, as you called. Doom came back on that Phoenix, which did get through, and he's actually going to have to switch to it now, but you find Xantho at the very least. However, Redis there with the follow finally, too. We talked about this guy being excellent on these sort of melee characters after being so good on Elsa, has been kind of the sight to see, a sight to behold, but Doomed is the one again. You talked about how he's been now a star player for this team. Finds multiple.
We're going to go to a round 3.
Yeah, Doom just looked really good and slotted in well into this team, finding success against SSG early on here in domination. Actually got 20 finals in that matchup and helped them take that home. But we see now the lock-in again for our next fight. Jitward holding on to the let the devil out. We've seen what Jitward can do on this hero. Redis trying to match back and have the mark. I'm sure they're all tracking and have an understanding of where the pressure will be.
Redis disconnected.
Jitward finds one on Redis.
pause. Can I get a PP?
Yeah, I mean, Redis unfortunately looked like he had some internet issues there. I guess we'll see that in a second if a pause comes out. But for we lost. That's a huge advantage.
We need a PP.
You know, a bit of a saving grace from the internet gods themselves to give we lost right now as they go in aggressive with that ultimate from Jitward. Now it's going to be that one-sided Daredevil ult. Nothing to match on the opposite side, but good peel job so far from Stick Drift to even come back, actually committing Kendrick's ult onto him, or onto the backline. Even further damage coming out now as they get the jackpot too. So if he fall in the middle of the fight, sadly for them, losing their Vanguard, losing Redis now is brutal as overtime ticks down. They rely on that Doctor Strange portal now.
Yeah, I'm really noticing a trend here with we lost. It's just team overhealth, because that's what they're looking for. Luca, Zatex able to find Tones and Logan, and they will push this to the next map, folks. It's a 1-1 off the rip.
1-1. Hey, 1-1. Jay, that cheater that you played against earlier is still playing. That is crazy that I reported that cheater.
I think we lost.
Like
still had
4 hours ago, and he's still playing, and that Marvel Rivals still hasn't banned him.
Still for Stick Drift.
Can I get a W to
on
the
that first
anti-cheat?
map, on that first round, it enabled
I love
their
Marvel
sort of
Rivals
play style where they wanted
anti-cheat.
a hard play back, play bunker sort of style, and make sure these dives aren't in a good spot. But now on that map, it's a little bit more open. There's a little bit less sort of like
Marvel Rivals
anti-cheat to play around. And for Logan in Silent Blaze,
is like my PP.
It was always going to be a harder round.
Half the time, it doesn't even work.
And this one is going to be no different. It's going to be a really tough round, I think, for Stick Drift. Maybe we'll see if Doom can do much on that Phoenix. Obviously, they have more final hits on their side, but now we're down in this
what happens
match.
when you get old, chat.
I
what happens when you get old, bro? Listen, you guys will all experience
Same thing
it
with
one
him
day.
on that Phoenix. But it's kind of been on, like you mentioned, you talked about it, Tones, I think, so far, and that Deadpool is going to have to be big because he's been that off tank, having to switch to over to multiple different heroes. Whereas we lost. That's kind of Mask's role, who is now onto that Thor. The team's been setting up well for him around his ultimates as well. Surprisingly, this character usually not played so far, at least in Ignite. But Mask is one of the best at it.
Yeah, I think if you're going to run that strat pool backline, you need a comp like this where everyone has their own way to stay healthy in these fights. So you can see that pretty much across the board. Everyone has a tool to get that overhealth, and you allow strat pool to just, naturally heal you over time with these AoE heals that can be a threat. Zatex, the walk forward here, Kraken impact goes up.
Oh my God, you need to stop doing that. That's not a Jay3 ult as well. Stop saying that. Bro.
And we lost her up a number even through the missed ultimate.
Yeah, tough. I mean, it's interesting that Redis actually wanted to go over the Black Cat off of that Daredevil, considering he was actually doing pretty decent on it. But Zatex trades back Doom, so it is that 1-for-1. So it's a 5v4 now into the back as they wait for Redis to come into the fight, missing both duelists. Doom now goes back over to the Star-Lord. Phoenix was a little bit too easy to dive upon. But then Tones, there we go. He had a big ultimate actually on his Xanto, takes out one of the huge backline healers to keep Zatex alive. Mask's ultimate is going to be appealed for. He does get one, but really good job by Tones there so far. Jitward trades it though. They're actually somehow making this work on we lost side, forcing an ultimate out of Iffy.
Yeah, I mean, but that is going to be a problem here as Iffy's just trying to stall this and try to get some percentage on the board. 8% in climbing now as they do have control. The dinosaur, like you called it, it's worth getting that ultimate out like that, but now you have a few staggers. They might want to collapse. It looks like they don't, because they don't believe they have enough pressure to head forward to the people that are on the front line there from we lost, the front three.
Absolutely, and Lost going to Redis this fight. We lost. Are going to be aware of it. That's why they have the White Fox to help peel off Redis. It was actually kind of interesting. Xantho went down there. Usually on the White Fox doesn't kind of get picked off early, but this case, I mean, we lost coming up in the ultimates.
Yeah, but usually
really close to actually finding them, but they go in early before the ultimate.
For Deadpool, usually is a lot better because
it's kind of a really good comp to run Dino in.
I think for really DPS and tank pool, you're going to have to upgrade it for it to actually be good.
Takes out Luca there, and that's another two-piece in numbers up for the moment. Kendrick tries to stall here with the test. Redis able to find Zatex, and Stick
oh my God, Black Cat is just popping off, dude. I don't even know what he's doing right now. He's killing everything.
Will fall over time. Iffy.
Oh my
God!
Oh my God!
Once again, with the calling card available, this could be a huge threat if anyone overextends.
Yeah, I think that was actually one of the fights I would have preferred. We lost to play a little bit slower. I mean, they were pretty much all across the board, 70, 60% to their ultimates, and they went a little bit too early. Not, maybe if they were 80%, it would have been fine, but Jitward didn't have the ult in that fight, and obviously you can see they're playing heavily around him on that Daredevil. Now they can come back with ults, but again, now Logan and Silent Blaze will have ultimates and a domination. You can get sent back behind and really never come back. 80% of the board now for Stick Drift.
Doom's able to find Xantho there. That's another number up for Stick Drift. Silent Blaze.
Oh, dude, YWL actually might lose this. No way.
Picks are causing problems. Tones finds Zatex.
No
and another
way.
Making a three-piece now. Tones saying the nerf maybe wasn't enough here. Vanpool absolutely showing up in this final map.
Yeah, I mean, this might be over. Portal touch going to have to come through now for Zatex. Luka did get on time, but the portal might be a bit farther now. J4 might have to touch, otherwise they have to get this L here. He does touch. The portal comes out, but now with 5, they have that Wolfle on the backside.
I don't know what's going on right now. I just see a lot of colors.
Stuns come out. They do find Iffy, but they can come back on maybe Doctor Strange.
Yeah, that's going to be there. J4 finding one. Silent Blaze and Xantho are onto Xantho and Redis able to take out Kendrick. Redis again with a calling card.
No, Redis, nah.
Finds Mask, and this might be a W here. It is. Stick Drift comes out on top against Yeah We Lost on map 1.
There is
yeah, they
no
had Stratus
way
ultimate advantage. Portal came through and just
Bro,
played
what's
it slow.
STD's
Excellent
record?
work
Aren't
from
they
them.
0-2 right now?
Getting better and better
No
every single
way,
day, every single
bro.
week. I mean, taking down a partner squad, now looking incredibly good today on domination.
They're 1-1.
Versus Yeah We
Are they
Lost.
actually 1-1?
And yeah, that's just some
man.
excellent
I thought they were
team play out of
0-2.
that.
That's
I mean,
why I
for
said
Stick Drift,
YWL was going to win. Uh-oh.
They'll have to keep it up, obviously. You know, when we look back at MRC,
What's
they've won a map or two.
YWL is 1-1 too?
But, you know, it's a matter of winning
I
the
thought
entire
YWL
series
was
versus Yeah We
2-0.
Lost. We'll see if Yeah We Lost can come back on this next map. We'll see what the map pick is after this break.
How? That's not scamming, chat. That's not scamming, dude. That's not scamming. It's not scamming. Yo, I put everything on YWL. Well, listen, look at... You gotta look on the bright side, bro. You trusted me, and that's all that matters. So next time, you know, if STD does win and you lose all your money, and I see you walking down the street, and I say, hey, what are you doing, bro? And you say... I see you walking down the street, and you're kicking a can. I'm like, yo, bro, what you doing over here, man? You're like, hey, I'm just moving. And I'm like, what? Shit, I fucked up that joke. Damn it! And Emily's just laughing in the other room. What's up? You know what? Good. You deserve it. Yo, Unk Phoenix for 12 months. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Hold up. I gotta mute and tell Emily real quick something. Yeah, I like the system that we have going on right now. I tell chat to vote for the losing team, and then you secretly put all your money on the winning team, and you just keep stealing their money. I like that. We should keep it up. Okay, sorry. Let me unmute. Okay, cool. Anyways, chat, what's up? What happened? Do you think Marvel Rivals releases too many characters a year? Once a month? I don't think so. I think it's pretty good for the game. Makes the game interesting every month, and it changes up the game. I like it. Not that bad so far. I think it's too frequent personally. I don't think it's that much. I think, you know what, instead of the character, I don't think the characters are a problem, but what Marvel Rivals needs to do, which I think Overwatch does it as well, all the characters that the game originally came out with, they have a pretty basic kit. They have, like, you know, push this button, this happens, and that's it. Nowadays, all the characters that are coming out are way too advanced, bro, and it makes all the original characters look like shit. That's honest. Bro, like Star-Lord, you have a right click, you have a shift, you have an E, and then you have your ult. Look at Black Cat. Black Cat, you have a right click, you have a left click, you have an E, you have an F where you could have an 8-item shop. You also can, you know, hit F and have another 2 abilities with your F. And it's crazy. Why does one character need 15 fucking abilities when their original characters have like 3? Widow has a legit 2 abilities and 1 is a sprint. I'm gonna be honest with you, chat. Black Widow, I think, is a very tough character to balance, and I don't think that's the devs' fault. Because if you buff Black Widow too strong and she one-shots, no one likes one-shots in a game. But if you don't make Black Widow a broken character, then she's not going to be really that good. And then now you're in a rock and a hard place. What do? Do you make the character broken, or do you keep the character okay-ish? I don't know. Rework Black Widow to only use handguns in martial arts. So you want a Deadpool. That's literally what Deadpool is. Deadpool, 2 guns and... Yeah, that's... Yeah, I just don't... Remove her batons and give her Uzis. What? Yeah, rework Jay3 to stop scamming. I didn't even scam you guys. Bro, YWL is gonna win the next map. You know why? Because I'm gonna predict, I can predict you guys the world right now. YWL lost. YWL is going to go to Museum of Contemplation. And they're going to win Museum because that's their best map. They're going to tie up the series 1-1. That means STD is going to have to pick the map, and then YWL beats them on the map that they picked. And guess what? Everyone who voted with Jay3 and trusted with Jay3 gets rewarded. All the people who didn't trust Jay3 go broke. I'm calling it right now. Watch. Clip it. That's what's going to happen.
A small fortune. You crossed my path. Gotcha.
Last time I trusted Jay3, I became homeless. That's good. That's good.
Did you like what you just saw? I assume you did. So make sure to cop these beautiful skins for yourself. You're looking at the Wolverine X 2099 suit and the Black Cat Formula R gear. I mean, man, if you're not playing better wearing these skins, I don't know what actually, you know, sets you up for success. That's how I roll. Dogman, are you a skin believer? Skin,
I am.
Good skin equals good skill. Yes.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, I mean, like I love that Wolverine skin too. Like I just think it just feels like the Wolverine gets all the best skins. We talked about in the green room a little bit. I just feel like Wolverine has so many damn good skins. It's kind of crazy.
It really does. It really does.
Wolverine does get a lot of skins. Does Wolverine really sell that
skins,
much?
You know, to set themselves up for this map too, because Stick Drift, guys, is about to make history, at least for their org, because thus far, we talked about it as we were setting up this match. It's always been YWL having the upper hand when those two teams met in the past, and now we're looking at a 1-0 for Stick Drift. Let's talk about how they got it done. I think something that you guys mentioned during the cast already was
Jay is
the
staring and drooling when Black Cat is on the
Logan and
screen.
Silent Blaze, they played really, really well. They played
When Shib is on the screen, I start drooling.
To be dove on by Yeah We Lost. And then on the other side, Shib, you just mentioned in the green room that you were not a massive fan of the White Fox and Strap pool that we got to see from Yeah We Lost.
Well, it's not that I'm not a fan of it for a snowball comp, but I think it's just difficult to run a snowball comp into things like Dino. And if you're going to run Fox Strap Pool, the ultimates of things like Star-Lord become far more valuable because you can actually burn through both of those ultimates if you just stand there and aim at them. It's kind of it's not a true answer where something obviously like Invis, Luna, it plays better into those combinations. But yeah, snowball comps in general,
holy shit,
I just don't love.
He went 41 and 6
into a
last
dinosaur
game. 41 and 6.
Into just winning all of those trades, isolating anyone that overextends,
Christ.
Bubbling around those frontline brawl vanguards. Dino's just super good into those comps. So it's just a very uphill battle in order to run that into the comp they were going against.
Yeah, and of course, what you just saw on your screen, Tones, the MVP for this first one. Frankly, could have given them the MVP here to most of the players from Stick Drift, because Doomed also really impressed.
Think about
I'm just
it. Everyone
really
loves the
impressed
Wolverine
with how
X-Men
well
movies
he's
growing
just
up.
slotting into this team.
Not me.
Yeah,
I didn't watch
they've
any
been
of it.
really good. I think this team with Doomed, it kind of been an underrated player throughout his career. It just feels like Doomed is never talked about with like kind of the top players, but has been a very consistent player for all these teams, just flexing over to so many different things, like the fact that he plays all these hit scan rules. Regis as well, kind of doing the same thing. It's kind of nice. They're kind of both kind of learning off each other. And Zoe, I think you talked about these strats as well.
You're
playing really far
uncultured
back.
and bald.
I think
That's
this is
why.
kind of like
Yeah,
the
you're
thing
just
that a lot
mad
of
that Loki
duelist
is
players that
also
switch
one of
over
the
to strategists
worst
don't really
TV
get
shows
the
in
first time they play
existence.
is that you always have to play like a little bit further back, and it takes a little bit of learning experience to kind of figure that
Hey,
out. But the
called
next
it
map,
Museum
this is gonna
of
be a huge learning experience for Yeah, We
Contemplation.
Lost
Called
and
it.
for us, because does Stick Drift win on Yeah We Lost's favorite map?
Called
This is
it.
the map they took Team Liquid Citadel to like overtime at the very end, almost won that map, and this is one of their best maps in the history of Yeah We Lost.
Yeah, Museum of Contemplation, a fan and definitely team favorite here to pick. Ship, what do you want to see from the respective teams here?
Yeah, I think this is a good map for that Brawly stuff. This is going to play right into what Yeah We Lost loves to do, especially on their attack. They've looked great on this map consistently.
That's something I could
for
not
Stick
get
Drift,
into when I was a
think you
kid.
run the
Dragon
same
Ball Z?
Similar idea. You run
never
an
gotten
anti-brawl,
into Dragon Ball
anti-dive
Z
kind
when
of
I was a
play,
kid.
and you run that
Did not-
dinosaur. You stay back in the
I don't
back
think
line
it was
with Luna
good.
to try to
Still
pierce
don't
through
think
all the
it's
stuff
good.
coming at your team. You deal a lot of damage at everyone who's trying to just kind of play their own game, burn through a lot of that overhealth, and find success.
Let's see if Yeah We Lost can make their dive work or perhaps come up with something else in order to tie up the series against Stick Drift, which are currently on match point.
All right, my friend, dog, as we head into the next match here. Yeah, we lost down by 1 to Stick Drift, a team that has struggled in this matchup in the past, but looking forward to seeing if they can turn this around and break the history a little bit. Goodbye to Gambit off the rip, though. No change. No, and honestly, we'd expect that every game here so far.
Yeah, the only time that'll change maybe is in the playoffs when you know, maybe people aren't as practiced on Gambit, but that's a topic for another day. As Yeah We Lost keep the Daredevil yet again. That's a priority for them
Emily,
instead
did
of
you
the
ever
Devil
watch
Dino.
Dragon Ball Z?
But for Stick Drift, it's going to be the opposite, right? They want to make sure that Devil Dino is in the
No.
cards, like you talked about earlier. It's been such a
Dragon Ball Z?
valuable point of Stick Drift's comp.
Yeah, I just think it plays so
Rich
well.
man,
into Yeah We
appreciate
Lost and
Massive
what they're
Dude
trying
Tier
to
1
do.
sub,
I
my
think
friend.
it
How you
plays
doing?
great
How you
into Thor. You trade well into all that stuff. Even Venom, diving backline, you apply bleed and you get one of those chomps, you know you can remove that E cooldown and put him in danger almost instantly. And that's just, you know, you can almost guarantee that that's going to be the Vanguard line that they want to run as we look to the next ban. You know, ooh, okay, the Ultron, and this is just going to help. We're trying to remove this so you don't have as much answers for the dive.
Yeah, stopping that triple. But for Stick Drift, I wonder like what they're going to do after that. Like
Why
the
is almost
Mantis
every
and stuff
support
is still in
banned? I don't get the
cards.
rocket
Phoenix
ban.
as well, still available to be
Usually they
protected.
ban supports
or
so they
really
can force
any
you
of
on the
these-
wor-
any of
like the
these
worst
strategists. I
supports
think,
because
yeah,
there's
we
not
lost.
that
We'll
many
see if they
good
wanna mix it
supports.
up, go off of that White Fox ban
Yeah.
too. I mean, I kind of was a proponent of the White Fox ban so far, but that character, Jeff the Landshark's been kind of big so far. As the Luna Snow's actually the one focused. It kind of makes sense.
Why are the
I've
ban
always
and
kind of rated
save
Logan's,
phases different
you know,
between
Loki
teams?
very highly.
Because
His Luna looks to be very good
teams
too.
have
Today,
different
so definitely
preferences,
focus, yeah, we
what they
lost to
want
get
to
rid of
play,
that
and
back
they try to ban those, or
for Stick Drift, because he was kind of a problem the last map. You talked about his dance floors being
mean,
kind of big.
it also
and well timed too.
prevents like, you know,
Yeah,
mirror
it's a great
matchups.
change
I don't know if
in
you
pace.
guys
And I also
ever
think the
watched like
ban
the
of
old
Jeff, you and I
Overwatch
had mentioned
games or
this,
Overwatch
just in
League.
the green room
They
prior.
used to
Jeff
just
is
be,
really good
hey,
at
can you
enabling
be
dive,
better at
and Yeah,
this
we lost
comp
is
than the
great
other
on that
team?
hero.
At
Kendrick
least
plays
this
the hero
forces
really well
like, you
too.
know,
Removing
different
that is going to
games,
mess with their
different
flow and something
things
that
to
they're
be
used
played
to
and
getting.
whatnot.
That hasn't been as much of a priority in ban, although definitely still bannable. And once again, we're going to see that rocket lock in case they want to run the Dino back at them.
Yeah, at least they're trying to force him onto something else a little bit different. But Rocket, I think it has been seen as a little bit of a stronger hero than Luna right now in the current patch, but it's close. I mean, they're pretty much like neck and neck. Yeah, so I don't know. Maybe it's just interchangeable at that point. Maybe to try to force a different look. But for Yeah We Lost, they do want to get rid of the Black Cat because you talked about it. Regis was would have been a problem on the last map, right?
Yeah, for sure. And I think this ban is, or this lock is
Doctor
fun. I like the Strange lock to ensure you
save.
have it. Kendrick's great on that hero as well. We're going to move the Mantis here just to ensure they don't have any damage boost with some of that dive. Obviously, they're going to run that
Grim,
snowball
appreciate it, Massive 2 months. How you doing, my friend?
We're going to see the Daredevil. I believe Cat got through too from their side, so they could run some heavy, consistent dive. And it's all about for the side of Stick Drift now.
Yeah,
just
I don't
becoming
know.
a unit in the back line, building a fortress,
I
and
could
not
see
allowing them to
a
pick
Doctor
off,
Strange
these
ban, because if
strategies.
you ban Doctor
Yeah,
Strange,
I
that
gotta be
disables
honest, I
the
kinda
other
do
team from
rate,
in
like,
overtime to
Stick
teleport
Drift's
back.
ban phase for sure
But-
compared to Yeah We Lost. This is kind of like maybe not like the old Yeah We Lost, where I feel like the ban phases were very good. At least in this specific meta, we'll kind of see how it goes and how things progress. I mean, obviously, if Yeah We Lost just win like one more team fight in the last round, or don't fight early with ultimates. I mean, we could be talking about a different.
I want to go
game
back
number
and
one.
watch the original tournaments and
But
see
still,
if
like, I
Jeff
kinda
was
actually
banned a lot.
not
Jeff
that big
was a
of
very
fan of that ban phase. At least when we're talking
insane
about strats,
character
I know the Luna is
a
strong,
long
but it
time
does
ago. I
feel
remember
like
he
the
was
Rocket
really
is,
busted, yeah.
you know, awfully close in terms of power level, especially if we're talking about Convoy, where it is very front to back style.
And you can see here, in order to negate some of that dive, brawl, snowball potential, the penny is going to be played here from Tones, with Doomed making a showing of Magneto. Very different lineup here off the rip. They're running the triple. We've seen this in seasons
STD is running
past.
3
And,
tanks, 3
Adam is
supports.
pretty good on this map.
Very
A lot of res
interesting, very
opportunities. We've
interesting.
seen some teams use like Iron Man yesterday. I can't believe I'm saying all these names in this meta. I love to see it from Stick Drift here.
Yeah, running triple with Magneto with the Penny Parker alongside the Cloak and Dagger. So this is a very strange kind of tandem of heroes, but it does, you know, at the Magneto, I guess makes sense. I was wondering why we weren't seeing as much Magneto, but I guess specifically into this comp, it makes sense. We go early dive, by the way, with that rocket pack from Kendrick, dives for the back line, but Tones sets up with the Penny Parker mines, and this could really set back we lost, who aren't going to do well against that with this full dive. Removing Xantho early again, that kind of happened in the last map. We touched on a little bit, but Xantho getting kind of cheesed out by the Penny Parker. Tones mines, excellent placement.
A lot of focused fire there towards that back line, looking for any vulnerable target. And Invis will be that focus for now. The shield's obviously going to keep her healthy for the moment. Zaytak's going to press forward here. Some drones at the front line. Kendrick gets that Strange, talking about one of the best Stranges in all of the Americas region. As
Oh my God, what's happening?
Some, is there any follow-up as Redis gets the res? Jitward able to find Tones
Bro,
there.
the
Now,
whole
we
lobby
lost.
just lagged.
Up a number. Doom trades that back to Mask, and Jitward again on Redis.
Yeah, that was an interesting one. Doomed also, yeah, like you said, trading, playing around the Penny Parker mines. They hard bunker on the inside. And I mean, this is the worry, I think, for YWL as the tournament progresses, is if, you know, these counter dive bunker comps are really strong, it kind of, you know, really
maybe it was a spectator lag and not the actual game lag. I don't know.
Of we lost, as there's some extra delay on that cart, by the way, by somebody on Stick Drift. Excellent work from them to also evade, get out with their lives. But we already are like 2 minutes off the clock. It's not been a bad hold from Stick Drift with this 3-3 style so far.
Yeah, agreed. Out goes that Eternal Bond to walk them forward.
Again.
There was some stun potential here. Luca still holding that door. Invisible Boundary gets committed here from we lost with Xantho. Luca holding on to ultimate.
Yo, Spider
Fox
Dude,
will
46
not be able
months.
to
How you
press
doing, my
Q,
friend?
At least not right now on the attack. And here goes the commitment from Tone. So walk those mines forward. Try to get somebody. Building up those mines in the back line with the spawner. Spreading them forward to try to get a pick on a Vanguard. Luca going to use that damage and then immediately press the Q button to absorb it all. Get that HP back. As Hulk is now trying to find a pick. Almost does there, but instead pays for it. What a pick from Tones.
Dude, are we entering a Penny Parker meta? Like, this is great. Like, we are genuinely in a Penny Parker meta, and it all makes sense.
Oh my God, he even got stunned.
Are you kidding me, Tones? The amount of CC, the amount of stuns off cooldown is
I
just
will
crazy
say,
out of the Penny player.
Penny is very annoying. She has a stun. She has a stun every what, 4 seconds?
Gets deleted very low. Gonna go down to Doomed. I mean, Doomed has been doing an excellent job peeling off everybody. We've built another Ultron's Rage, but nothing has come out of it so far. Blocked off by the shield. Iffy, maybe the person
every
can only
3
contest,
seconds,
but he falls back. Jitward's done again. I mean, it's both Jitward, Mask, and everybody else just going down to the god of Penny Parker in the backline, the Spider Queen herself, popping off.
Yeah, couldn't agree more. Heroes are down to a minute left, a minute 3 seconds. We're coming back into the fight now. We lost needs to make something happen. Kendrick does have that Eye of Agamotto, but when you have Tones just consistently ready to stun you, it is dicey, and you don't have something like a Magneto bubble. It's really going to be all about Xantho trying to provide that shield at the perfect moment, which could be the case. We'll see if that works out.
That is so many mines.
Look at all those freaking mines. And they can't see him either, right? Because they're in the web. So it's like you have to maybe spam or try to break them that way. But like, yeah, they're just in the freaking web of delusion, or not delusion, but of illusion, I guess, rather, just so they can sneak them in. Look, we can just like wait for it. It's fun. It's like a landmine.
Oh, another stun, bro. This Tones is literally stunning every single ult, bro.
Good move to save Kendrick.
Tones is insane.
100 HP max, matched right back by Logan. As we see the Eternal Bond, Doomed able to find the first pick on a Zaytex, and there is that Moon Knight that was needed to break some of these Penny Parker mines.
There's no way, bro. YWL actually might lose this chat.
Here, 3 seconds left.
Because of 3
the touch does come through in time. Doom now looking at Kendrick, has ultimate available, the Meteor Rem. Out goes a huge Sia. Does it help stay alive? Yes, if he's able to find Xantho. Tones onto Kendrick. Up goes the Moon. Bang! Down goes the Meteor Rem. Logan Redis This might be it here. Yeah, we lost. May not be able to get this through point one, and they cannot. Stick drift on the defense.
Bro.
Holy
No
smokes,
way.
man. Stick drift. They get it done. Formerly
Stick
Loon X.
drift is beating
Now,
YWL.
today, able to take the
my
edge
God.
over Yeah We Lost, the team that have always had their number. And it might be, I don't know if it's too late, if it's too early to call it, Shib.
You know what, Emily? You're doing predictions from now on.
At least like the traditional full dive
The
surround comp
only
as we
person
know
to
it
get
might be
kills
full
is
dead, man.
Jitward at 3.
Yeah, you
no
just
one
can't- you
else
can't run
killed
it if they're
anything.
gonna run
Only
a very
3
protected
kills.
Penny. Like, you need to pull out. Like, they pulled out the Moon Knight, but dude, it was like 45 seconds.
You see,
left.
chat?
You know what I mean? Like,
This is-
that decision-
Running 3 tanks, 3 supports is a viable strat. It's just basically goats. So don't be afraid to run three tanks in your games or 3 supports in your games. I mean, it sucks to say that, but hey, if you have 3 tanks on a team and 1 DPS and 2 supports, that's a viable team
But
comp.
sort of strat healing is out there with the overhealth, with the amount of damage Penny still does alongside her CC chains that we heard about before. It's just, yeah, I mean, character's kind of underrated. I feel like it's kind of the same thing with, you know, some other heroes that are maybe not being played as much
Jay,
in the,
people don't wanna play tank,
the
man.
pro scene. It's
And
kind of
you know what else people don't wanna do?
Meta,
Play as a
and
team
having
and
to
win.
change so much every single patch, and Penny Parker just coming through, just slowly but surely getting some stronger and stronger sort
I
of
can't
buffs
imagine what
in situations
YWL's
that
voice
rely
comms are
on
looking
her
like right
being
now,
good.
man. It can't be good.
It's kind of interesting. We're entering an interesting phase of this scene where I think, you know, Penny Parker coming through into the meta will be the first time in the history of this game, besides a few cheese plays. I mean, we've had 3 teams so far play it to a very high level so far versus, you know, very good teams.
Yeah, usually we only really see it in the Dino mirror because, you know, it does allow your Dino to find success. You move a little bit quicker. You can pull them into mines. But, you know, Yeah We Lost just doesn't really love to run a lot of the hit scan projectile stuff. And you need to run that into Penny. And kind of not allowing them to force that early enough. Silent Blaze going to bring Doom back right into the fight here. As Doom is going to be now on that Bucky out the door for Stick Drift, trying to get out of the door for the moment. Regis tries to find a tackle. It's pushed right back. Great push and pull there, but the Force Physics still gets value. Goodbye, Kendrick, as Tones cleans that one up.
Yeah, it's a good point, too, because you brought it up. I mean, it is like the old Yeah We Lost that we know as Stick Drifter slowly working away Yeah We Lost. Used to run a lot of the, like, Elsa for Zatex and even Phoenix. Like, Zatex definitely a hit scan guy, but like you mentioned, their identity's been play around Mask, play around Jitward, and versus that Penny Parker stuff, it's a bit of a hard counter. So it's interesting they wouldn't make those full swaps over, but even then, it does feel like that
That's a
comp is
very
just so
early
good for a
portal.
moment. As they portal back in, they want 3 fights. Yeah We Lost do, but that first fight slowly went the way of Stick Drift.
Yeah, I like seeing the triple comp find success like that too, bud. You know what I mean? Like it's been it's been a while since we've seen that. It hasn't really showed face here in this new stage of Ignite. The tackle comes out from Regis onto Kendrick once again, tries to escape, forces out the passive there. Folks, notice actually when you're looking at Wolverine, if you see a little plus symbol next to his health bar, it means he has passive. Something to keep in mind in the future when you're playing in ranked. Nice exile there onto Regis. Moving forward now is Luca. Iffy gonna peel that back
Damn.
line. Black Cat
Shib
is a
dropping
big
some
problem
knowledge.
into the back, but Kendrick and Xantho are gonna clean up the rest. Iffy gonna be heading back to the spawn door as well.
Yeah, I wonder if Regis keeps this up after he, you know, uses the ultimate. Obviously has to go big here. Doom now goes over to the Star-Lord. Same thing with Tones over to the Cap. They want to set it up maybe. But like you mentioned, Mask so far has been huge, diving on the back line. 2 minutes left to go. I mean, we've seen first point holds happen before in other maps. It's been a
He
long
said
time before.
that if you're
Since we've seen on
attacking
this
the,
one, but early copy from Logan starts things
Wolverine,
off.
the Wolverine has a plus
Yeah, we're
sign
also doing
next
a
to
good
his
job
name.
here.
He has the
Looking
passive
really
still.
clean
If he
too,
doesn't
and
have
he
the
finds
plus sign, he
Xantho
doesn't
though,
have
and that is a
passive.
massive pick. Silent Blaze gonna start off with the Sia in the sky there too. Psych, it was the Logan copy to bring that up. Silent Blaze still building at 40%. If he finds Kendrick, another one goes down. Xantho gonna start up once again with the invisible boundary, and Yeah We Lost are still maintaining presence on that point.
Yeah, very slow stuff. Eye comes out after straddles, but Iffy's there with the peel and the bubble. Doomed also with the follow-up onto multiple. Regis is there, patient and slow, pans out for Stick Drift.
One thing to notice with these Dino plays, folks, that it might be good to take away is, yeah, you can spin to do the tail whip, but it does kind of force you into uncomfortable vision positions, and you'll see a lot of the pros not electing to do that because it doesn't keep your eyes forward. Wait, can they get this right now?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
goodness.
It's over. Okay. Stick Drift have done it. They have quelled the demons of Yeah We Lost. 2-0 fashion. Get it done. And finally beat their rivals of long time.
Gloating, saying
sorry,
that she
long
should have put
standing,
more
I should
points.
say. As what a crazy game. What a crazy game to win for Stick Drift. I can't wait to see what they say in the interview. But a good 2-0 fashion win for them in their group over a opponent that's had their number for such a long time.
Well, if you actually look about
this
my
means a lot
predictions,
to them.
chat,
You know,
I did
you
get the
can't
first
understate that.
EMEA
It's
prediction
a
wrong. It makes sense to
huge
get
win
the first
as they
one
come
wrong.
back from what,
And then
4
I get the next
consecutive
two
losses
right
to
and the
this
last
team.
one
They have
wrong.
solved the puzzle. What did you think of that game, Zoe?
Oh man, look, it looks to me like Stick Drift has changed their number.
It's
Yeah,
not
West
that
does
bad,
have
bro.
the new
It's
one,
not that
and
bad.
wait, wait,
Let's
see,
look.
also
Let's
just
look. Let's look.
the way
Oh
that
my
West
God!
I do
What?
love that we see
18% on STD?
Penny Parker meta? Anyone? Any?
$5 million from 300 people. Oh,
yeah, this was also
shit.
just so. It was done in such a dominant fashion, which is kind of surprising.
Oh,
to me.
that's
Where
bad,
do you
bro.
guys feel? Yeah, fell short.
That is bad.
I mean,